Okay, we have the SOMSFA playoffs here, 23 card set. Seattle, New England. This is our, I think what it's called, second round game, if I'm not mistaken. Essentially 8 teams left. We'll take a look at the bracket, make sure we're right about that. We had a game number, doesn't look like it's connecting. So while we sort that, let's take a quick look here at who we have in the matchup. Let's see where we are. We're right down here. Playoffs round 2. New England at Seattle. Seattle will get the good past D card with their record of 15-2, which was good for number 1. New England came in at 11-6 on the regular season. As we will try this again, make sure we're lined up here. Here we go. Okay. We are connected. So yeah, 15-2 for Seattle. Comes in with the New England will start with the ball. Second best defense in the league at 287 yards per game. Third best in points against on defense, 18.6. New England's offense, third, 26.1 points per game, and sixth in yards. So New England effective in moving the ball. And how do they do it? Take a quick look here, make sure we're up. We are. We're going to get off of that. Okay. That's good. New England throws in the flats. Number 1 league at 48% flat passing. So big flat passing. Doesn't run very much, 22nd in running. But likes flat and likes deep. 8% long pass clip is good for 7th in the league. Turns out the Seattle D doesn't call run very much. Just 18% of the time, which is good for 19th in the league. So see if we can draw some run calls and maybe perhaps change the strategy for New England on offense. We see that on first down with a run to Pacheco for a healthy 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Check of the pass rush matchups. Problem there. Tackle again to Pacheco. And establish the run early a little bit. Gets the guest right 1-1. One dive there. Make the 3rd and 1. Prevents a repeat of the +7. You see some pass blocking problems along the line here, which probably is why this team focuses on the flats as they do. As far as protection goes, yeah, they were 4th in the league, just 3.7 sack chances per game. So they limited the sack chances to New England throughout the year. And when those chances came up, yeah, they got sacked. 38% clip, 20th in the league, not good. But they limited that amount. You know, I would assume that they had very good numbers in terms of how short their 3rd down attempts were. And here's a very short one, 3rd and 1. Look at that stat when we have a second. On 3rd and short, nobody ran less. 24th in the league in running. And here's a run from Prescott. Gets his yard. First down. Average 6.5 yards on 3rd down, so middle of the pack was New England. Looking past Mike Williams. Goes the interception split. 2nd and 10. Tackle Pacheco, not going to get help without about blocking back on the field. 3rd and 5. Seattle D comes in number 1 in the league in stopping 3rd and 5s at just 34%. Nobody does it better. Despite being 17, being guessed right in this situation. They've been able to stop people more. Very interesting. Flat pass. Shakir, he is doubled up. And he is not going to get anything. 5. Seattle likes to call the double teams. 4th in the league, 31.8 per game. And we'll draw the punt, 50-yard punt from the 10. Fair catch. Russell Wilson and his flat pass machine of a card steps out for Seattle. At the opposite end, this team throws the flat pass less than anyone else in the league, just 18% of the time. 4th and running at 47%. 5th short pass and long pass. That's the offensive profile. New England, as far as their defensive profile goes, they call run 8th highest in the league at 23% of the time. Long pass to Lockett. He's doubled teamed by Diaby, incomplete. See aggressive double teaming for New England to start. They come in 5th in the league, just a shade behind Seattle at 30.4 called per game. Neither team does exceptionally well in double team margins, correct margins, both middle of the pack and how they call double teams and how correct they are. We've seen 2 correct ones here on D to start out. Flat pass, Branson, incomplete. So now only 3rd and 10. And Russell Wilson is one of those guys you have to think about using the not so often used shadow because of this 2 through 6 and all the must runs on his card. Question is, are there any 6-run linebackers here to do it? There is. David Long is a candidate to shadow. Let's see if he does. On this 3rd and 10 from his own 10. Seattle notoriously likes to run in these spots. He's passing to Connor. 4-man in zone. No shadowing. It's incomplete on the defensive card. 4th and 10. And New England seems to be in position here to get in good field position. 48-yard kick. They're at their own 42. 1st and 10. Their second possession. 10:30 left. First quarter. No score. See the receivers for New England. They have 3 guys among the top 35 in targets in the league overall. Short pass, Mike Williams. It is moderate, but there, and it comes in. Mike Dana gets in on Okafor, takes advantage of that 2 right tackle. 2nd and 16. New England goes deep 29% of the time in this spot versus a league average of 11%. Goes short instead and gets picked. Tyler Gordon in midfield gets 25 yards and Seattle's in business up to the 26-yard line in New England. Seattle, despite its 15-2 record, Finished just +3 in turnover margin, which was good for 11th in the league. New England came in +6, which is good for second in the league. It's the interception there. Seeing New England move out of its tendencies early. Short pass, Granson. Haven't seen that many flat passes. Hamilton makes the play. Second and 10. Blitz coming here. We'll take a check on this side of the ball in pass rush situation, how that looks in a moment. My pass gets 9, guessed wrong with nobody in zone. 3rd and 1. Seattle 6th best in pass blocking in terms of sack wins. Just 20% got through. New England sackers, a little bit better than average overall in just about every category. How big 3rd and 1? Connor behind Wilson. Into too tight. Linebucker Russell Wilson again. Guessed wrong. A 0 is there against the 5 center. Looks pretty good. Gets his yard. And it's a first down to 15. Seattle's been going linebacker on 3rd and short 45% of the time, which is just a monster number. Much higher than league average. It's 2 yards on first down, 2nd and 8. Seattle in the red zone. Number 1 in TDs, 2.6 per game out of the red zone. 7th overall in percentages. And gets the touchdown there. Quiddy Pay, a 5, cannot stop Connor into the end zone. Seattle up 6-0. Right back. Let's step away for a moment. All right, long pass. Nakua on 2nd and 10, incomplete. So we've seen running and short and long passing. We haven't seen much in the flat. I think we've just seen one looking pass so far, 3rd and 10. Not an ideal spot for this offensive line. 7 yards, not enough. 4th and 3. Seattle will get the ball back with the lead. 6 minutes left. But New England's going. New England, 4th down attempts were on offense were 4th in the league. 42 of them. Number 1 in converting, 71%. Seattle's defense, number 1 in stopping. Yes, number 1 in stopping at 38%. So a bit of a battle here of strengths. Do a lot of flat passes in this spot. 70% of the time goes flat pass. Nakua needs 3, and he gets it. First down. Nakua with 69 flat pass targets on the year. Brings it in there. 2 yards on first down for Pacheco. As a matter of fact, New England has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the top 35 in flat pass targets. Looking past Pacheco. Needs 8 and gets a short gain for 17. Well into Seattle territory at 40. Pacheco, the man we just saw there, finished 6th in the league with 106 flat pass targets on the year. And there's another one to him. Nobody home gets 13 more. Tackle Pacheco. Looking for the boxes, gets it 21 yards to the 6. Against that 3-3-5D, pays off. First and goal for this New England offense. Finished second in TDs to Seattle's number 1 that we mentioned last time. Overall, 85% efficiency in the red zone. Good for second in the league. Defense of Seattle, 6th in efficiency. Full house here. This team runs linebucker on this situation 57% of the time. Runs overall 73% of the time. And crosses us up. Short pass, Mitchell. Touchdown. Nice drive by New England. Key 4th down conversion along the way with a chance to tie it up. They missed an extra point this year, did New England. Nobody attempted more. 50 extra point attempts. Let's see, are they going for 2? Did we freeze? All right, we're going to assume it's us for the moment, and we're just going to close out and come back in. It's not us. I'm pretty sure it's not us anyway. So back to Pacheco, 2 big looking pass catches on the drive. We talked about his 106 looking pass attempts, good for 6th in the league, but that's not even the highest on the team. Highest on the team is Mooney with 114 flat look-in targets. Assume we're getting a new one here. As we wait. I don't know if StreamYard's changed so much around that it's made it difficult to do any video in the background, anything in the background. Just kind of annoying. Let's see if they let us. I can't even switch here. Boy. I'd like to put up a video here until we figure some things out, but StreamYard has become difficult to work with. Boy, boy. Be back. Maybe this will work. Let's see. I think I would hear the audio if it was working. I don't hear a thing. See if it sounds like anything on YouTube. I think so. But we're going to step away for a moment anyway, until we can get this resolved. We'll be back. There we go. Thank you, Dennis. I had muted myself. All right, 2nd and 1 from the 4. New England defense has just not been able to contain Seattle on this drive. Linebucker Key Wilson. This is one way to contain him. Min fumbles for Russell Wilson. The blocking back can't get the job done? No. Connor is a 4. I guess he wasn't. I didn't watch closely. I guess he wasn't in full house. Or that would have been a first down. As Connor would have been upgraded to the 5. Not the case, though. 3rd and 1 now. From the 4-yard line. Linebucker Wilson. And it's a touchdown. Cushenberry upgraded to the 6. Makes the block. Makes the difference. It does. And Patterson hits the extra point. So another touchdown drive, keyed off by a 4th down conversion. We, I guess you couldn't hear us, but we announced it was going to be a looking pass, and indeed it was, and it worked out really well for Seattle as the New England defense sold out on the run. And now, once again, New England finds itself in a 7-point hole. Dak Prescott throws to Nakua for 7. Prescott finished with an 87.8 passer rating, good for 9th overall in the league. Nobody had more completions, 446 completions for Prescott, number 1 in the league. But finished 24th in yards per attempt. Long pass, Mooney. Man is not back there, incomplete. "17 TDs for Prescott, was middle of the pack, 15th in the league. But this, as a team, just threw 0.3 interceptions per game, which is number 1 in the league. Already has thrown 1 today. Big 3rd and 3, Nakua looking for 3 yards. One man is there. He's a 4. The 4 can't get involved because Nakua does instead for 14 on his card. Often a long gain reading for a big yardage guy, but Nakua wasn't that. But nonetheless, New England, of course, happy with the result. The first down up toward midfield now at their own 46. Back to Mooney. He's double teamed by Connor. Incomplete. Prescott would have had the must run, yet on 7. So the double team pays off handsomely for Seattle. 2nd and 10. Seen a lot of successful double teams so far from both sides. Off tackle Pacheco, wide open for him. Boxes are open, everything's open, but he gets the one white die, just 3 yards, 3rd and 7. So drive stalling out a little bit here, needs a bail out 3rd down on 3rd and 7. Typically a very productive down and distance for New England. 3rd in the league in this spot. Short pass, Mike Williams. 4 men in zone. Gets it. Prescott, 11 yards on his card. 1st and 10 to the Seattle 40. Flat pass, Nakua. 6 is there. The defender is there as well. Rasul Douglas to 5. Limits Nakua to a yard. 2nd and 9. Looking pass, Mike Williams. Interception split, incomplete. 3rd and long once again. From the Seattle 39, we're checking out the New England kicker here. Next year I'll have this right in my dossier. He does not go out to the 39. But good if he can get to the 37. Pretty good split there. On these 3rd and 9s, just 2% running for New England. And indeed they passed. Dubs gets 6 to the 33. Decision time for this aggressive offense historically. And they'll go. 4th and 3. We saw a flat pass completion guessed wrong on the last drive for New England. Does he switch it up here, or does he stick with this flat passing? It's small ball, most assuredly, for New England. 94% small ball, and there's a flat pass. Mike Williams up against the 6. He can't bring it in, incomplete. And turnover on downs to Seattle with the lead. 6:54 left. They are 14-7. 6:54 in that half. So this first half. Going to try to establish a bit of a cushion, starting from their own 33. Linebook Connor, men are around. No gain with 2 linebackers in zone. Jonah Jackson could not make the block. 2 tight now. Long pass Lockett. He's double teamed again by the safety. Incomplete, just avoids the interception. With the 10 roll as opposed to the 11. 3rd and 10. So a quick 3rd and 10. Seattle, 37% of the time goes short, which is a league average of 33. So you figure it'd be higher with Russell Wilson. But he runs a bit more than most people. Flat pass, Granson. He's got a lot of space ahead of him there. Linebacker was double teaming. No man in zone, gets 30 yards up to the New England 37. 5:24 left in the half. Flat passing coming into this, and that spot was just 18% versus 39% in the league. So Seattle crosses up its tendencies. Going back to Granson and just avoids the pick. So in that case, the home field advantage comes into play. Would have been an interception for Seattle on their upgraded defensive cards. Instead, it's a +1 for the Seattle offense. Seattle D would have picked it. Home field advantage, big difference shows up there. Flat pass again to Granson. He's not double teamed successfully. It's just again to that interception split. Misses again for the defense. 3rd and 8. Too tight versus a 3-4. The center will make that block, won't he? Yes, Cushenberry gets it. 10 yards, 1st down. Seattle led the league with 36 field goals made, number 1. They hit a 95% of attempts, which, believe it or not, was good for 5th in the league somehow. Guessed right run. Again, a big loss. A couple nice calls on end runs by Connor. First one resulted in loss of 4. This time a loss of 7. Back to the 32. 2nd and 17. Too tight. Short pass Connor. He's double teamed and it's picked. Diaby makes the interception. Looking for the return. Just gets 4. But takes some short points off the board from Seattle. So key interception there, late stages of the first half. Keeps it a 1-score game. Short pass, Mike Williams. 13 yards. 2:06 now. Stays 4 wide. Off tackle, Pacheco. Guessed wrong, gets 5. Productive 1st down. Hits the 2-minute warning. for as little as New England ran in the regular season. They're running a lot here. Unproductive second down, though, hits that one white die. Again, 22nd in the league in running at a 34% clip. Feels like they're doing a little bit more of that today. But despite all that, Pacheco finished 5th in linebucks, 7th in off tackles in the league. 153 linebucks, 175 off tackle attempts. Now on this 3rd and 5. In pretty good punting position with all 3 timeouts, so not the worst spot. Don't think Seattle certainly didn't perform in the regular season on punt returns. If you can't pick it up here, flat pass Shakir. It's going to get 4. It's going to be a 4th and 1. Tough decision. This is a tough one. I would be punting it here, even if I'm aggressive. I like my chances to get points on a 3 and out if I punt it. Tough for Seattle to get points if they're pinned back. So Dale thinking about it. This is a team that goes often. So we'll see what they do. They go again here on this 4th and 1. Converted 60% in the regular season here, which was good for 11th in the league. Seattle D stopped them just 41% of the time. But that was still good enough for 5th in the league. So looking past the Kua, he's doubled up. Incomplete. Timely call there for the Seattle D. Nicely done. And they're in pretty good scoring position here. We go out to the 41 with a good range for Riley Patterson. Just gets 3 yards on 1st down, though. Out of bounds with 52 seconds left. 2nd and 7. Nearing field goal range. Short pass. 3-man in zone. Must run for 20. Seattle can think about touchdown as they get out of bounds again. Would he pay up against the 7? Huff up against the 7. Short pass Granson. He's not double teamed. Another must run. Another 10 yards to the 14-yard line. Again out of bounds. Time still an issue technically, but a lot less than we thought it would be. It's getting out of bounds 3 plays in a row with good positive yards. Pennsylvania makes the play. Quiddy Pay. Couldn't stop him last time down here where Connor got his touchdown. Makes the play this time. Seattle used their first timeout. It's a draw, guessed right. Connor with his min fumbles does not cough it up. 3rd and 11. So Seattle ticks it down to 8 seconds here. Interestingly. Why? Why let that tick down? Afraid of the kick returner? Maybe? I don't know. Who's the kick returner? Another draw, another loss. So must-run avoidance probably comes into play there with these run calls. Nicely done by Dale. Here's Patterson from 33. It's good. And we're at the half. It's 17-7 Seattle. And they'll have the ball. Take a quick stroll through the box score for posterity's sake. Pretty even in yards. Pretty even in yards per play. Pretty even in time possession. Both teams had a pick. Neither team fumbled. Play right there. Letting go from 30 to 8 seconds. Patterson now in the backfield. Not blitzing here. We've seen a lot of blitz from Dale. Not this time. It's a short pass to Lockett. He's doubled up by the safety. It's picked off. Gilman, the man who made the double team, is going to do a return for no yards. So New England, 2 interceptions, not many returns to show for it. This is a team that averaged 26 yards on their interception returns in the regular season, second in the league. But 2 for just 4 yards so far today. So not getting the lucky rolls there, but gets a nice roll there. 19 yards for Pacheco. Right into the red zone at the Seattle 17. New England tended to do well. There's a guessed wrong line buck. Guessed per yard. In those sort of unlucky rolls, like interception returns and fumble recoveries, the overall luck rank of 3rd in the league for New England, 14th for Seattle. Off tackle Pacheco. Can't make that block, 3rd and 7. Weak running, blocking along that offensive line, all zeros in the 4 wide set. Just not going to get help there. Of course, completely helpless on a 6 white die with 4 wide. Didn't matter who you had. 3rd and 7 now. Checo is in the backfield. It's a short pass. Romeo Dubs from UNR, Nevada Reno. Can he make the play here on this 3rd and 7? It's a dump off, looking for just 7 yards. Gets 13 to the 1. Josh Downs makes the reception on his card. Clutch catch. Full house backfield here. Is that right? Pacheco had 24 rushing touchdowns? Well, there's Jeff Wilson, and he scores. Is that right? The sheet shows 24 TDs in the regular season for Pacheco, but again, goes to Wilson here, gets over the line. Lutz will try to make it. Point game. He missed some extra points this year. Makes him here. He went 91% in extra points. Oh, sorry. Lutz went 92% in extra points. But connects there, 17-14. Just what the doctor ordered for New England to start off the half. 2 tight now versus 3-4. Patterson stays in the backfield. Incomplete to Goddard. 2nd and 10. Five yards. Makes it 3rd and 5. 3 wide versus 3-3-5. It's a short pass. 3 men in zone, 14 yards. Slayton makes the catch. Just 3 men in zone. New England finished last in the league. Men in zone on short passes. Just 3.1 men in zone. Again, 24th in the league there. Wasn't a factor on that play, though. It was on Slayton's receiver card, off tackle Connor. Going to get 21. Looks like it. Yes, 21 yards in the boxes. And right to the 35. Imperative that New England hold this down to a field goal, if they can. Keep it a one-score game. Tackle. 4 for Connor, guessed wrong. Patterson now checks in. Long pass, Lockett. Man is back there. Guessed wrong. Opportunity. Complete. Touchdown. "31 yards. Would have been incomplete, guessed right. Patterson hits the extra point. And it's back to a 10-point lead. Shakir, not a very good returner from the 8. Takes touchback. Flat pass Pacheco. Incomplete. Saw that guessed wrong opportunity. Seattle offense, they average 8 guessed wrong passes per game, which is good for 5th in the league. Short pass Williams here. He's flushed. Gets 6. Mooney makes the catch. 3rd and 4. Incomplete on the big 3rd down. Decision time for New England. Could be a season sort of determining play here. Down 10 halfway through the 3rd. Can you come back from here? Sure, you can come back from here if he doesn't convert. But nonetheless, pretty high leverage. Mike Williams, 2 men in zone. Incomplete. Wouldn't have gotten it any which way. And Seattle takes over from the 31. Off tackle, nose tackle, can't make the play with that 0. Gives up 3 yards, 2nd and 7. These teams did not face in the regular season. Short pass Granson, 14 yards. Gets halfway home to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, 6:18 left, 3rd quarter. Short pass, guess wrong. 4 men there. The 6. I don't think he's there, is he? He is. Kyle Hamilton makes a big play. 2nd and 10. Second pass breakup by Kyle Hamilton today. Goes back to Granson. Can he find one of those must runs? No. Flush can do the job, though. Short gain, 14 yards, touchdown Seattle. And the Seahawks open it up. Patterson's kick is good. 31-14. Gibson from the 7. Takes it out 20 yards. Looking past Nakua. Just 2, second and 8. So we've seen the good, that's one manifestation of the good D card there. I think it's +3 on the average card. Long pass Mike Williams, one man is back. He'll make the play. He's a 4 back there, and it's a 4 white die, 3rd and 8. I think on the drive that I was muted, we saw an interception split that New England resulted in completion on a 5 roll on the interception split, the defensive card, where the home field advantage would have had a flat pass interception. So come into play a few times here. 3rd and 8 now. Good pass. Pacheco against a 0 there on this 3rd and 8. Just gets 2. Not what New England was looking for. Do they press ahead? They do. Six yards, kind of a tall order on a 4th down. 6 and 7 gets it done for Prescott on his card in the flat. He goes short to Williams. 4 men in zone and that good D. Prescott gets the completion on his card. Keeps the hopes alive for New England up to the 42. Ticking down 3:18 here in 3rd. Off tackle Pacheco. 3 yards. Long pass Nakua. One man is back. That 4 again. And it goes to Pakua's guard, and he can't make the catch. 3rd and 7. New England offense kind of sputtering here. Flat pass. Pacheco makes it a reasonable 4th down. From midfield, it's 4th and 2. Get another 4th down attempt for the Pats. It's an off tackle. Gets 3 yards, and it's a 1st down. One white die would have spoiled it, but avoided it. Short pass back to Nakua, double teamed. Incomplete. So Douglas would not have been able to make that play by himself. So the double team makes a difference. 2nd and 10. Off tackle, back to Pacheco. It's 5, 3rd and 5. Waning moments, 3rd quarter. New England down 17. Into Seattle territory here. Flat pass Mooney. He's double teamed. Incomplete. Seen a lot of successful double teams from both sides. Now 4th and 5. Not going to do anything on containment up the middle. Short pass, Pacheco. 4 men in zone. Can Prescott find it again? No. Seattle takes over from their own 42. 14-42 left 4th quarter. 17-point lead. Long pass Lockett. Gets 8 yards on the must run. Seattle came in averaging 3.3 must runs per game, which is good for 2nd in the league. I'm guessing maybe Lamar had more. Line buck, Zamir White. Can't make that block. 3rd and 2. Cushenberry's made some big ones today. One for a touchdown, one on a 3rd and medium. but not that time. 3rd and 2. White checks in as their halfback here. Short pass, Lockett. 3 men in zone. Just needs 2. Looking for a must run. Can't find it. 4th and 2. With 13-12 left, Seattle is going to punt with their 17-point lead. From the 2-yard line is Gibson. Try to run it out and gets a fair catch. Hoping for that touchdown roll. Instead, has 98 yards to go. So, great defensive field position here for Seattle. Not something they enjoyed in the regular season. Team's average starting from the 31 against Seattle on this long pass on 1st down, risking a safety. It's a flush. Incomplete. Could have easily been a loss of a couple yards on that 3-roll guess right on a flat pass card. So many receivers lose yards there, but for Shakir, it's just an incompletion, 2nd and 10. Not sure if it was a look-in or a flat pass. Off tackle on the dump off. Off tackle, Pacheco. Nose tackle makes the play. The 4 makes the key play to prevent a 35-yard run, 3rd and 2. I was saying before, Seattle last in the league in defensive field position. But number 1 in the league in offensive field position, starting from their own 30. Off tackle, Pacheco. Again, the 4 makes the play at nose, but still enough for a 1st down. Going deep to Shakir. Again, a flush. This time incomplete. Mooney can't bring it in. 2nd and 10. Only 1.6 dump-offs per game during the regular season for New England. They've far outstripped that number today. 2 yards on 2nd down, 3rd and 8. That 1.6 is up against 3.4 they gave up on defense. So that margin of minus 1.7 is last in the league. Short pass, Mike Williams. Incomplete, 4th and 8. Gonna have to go. I imagine. 4 wide. Fourth and 8. Just did this 9 times in the regular season from this distance. Short pass, Mooney. He's doubled up, looking for a dump off. Maybe can't get it. 1st and 10 for Seattle from the New England 16, and they can put this one away. I say just 9 attempts of 4th and 8. That's kind of a lot. I don't have the rank. Oh, I do have the rank. That was 7th in the league in 4th and 8 attempts. Linebacker counter. He's going to get the block from Cushionberry this time. 10 yards at 6. Seattle on the precipice of building an insurmountable lead. Or a seemingly insurmountable lead. Linebacker, James Conner. Going to get held back here by David Long. Lose a yard. 2nd and goal from the 7. Short pass. Touchdown. Luke Farrell makes the catch. Up to a 23-point lead now. Patterson can make it 24. He does. Gibson just goes for 16. And New England down 3 scores. With 8:06 left, has a lot of work to do. Where to find a big play. Not going to be easy. Short pass Mooney on first. Gets 14. Prescott just 18 of 40 today, as you can see there. Rough sledding. Short pass Mike Williams. Incomplete again. 2nd and 10. This is a team that finished number 1 in the league in completion percentage. 66.6. Nobody was higher than New England. And now a pick again. This will be the second of the day for Prescott. Patrick Surtain returns at 12 yards. Seattle can start to milk the clock. So let's take a look at the playoff bracket here. Seattle, your 1 seed, will advance. And they'll face the lowest of who comes out of these remaining 3 games. So we really can't get too much into the projection game here. Other than to say we know they'll not face the number 2 squad, which, let's see, I'm not sure who that is. Let's see, number 2 is Las Vegas. Those other games have been scheduled. My game versus Dallas has not been scheduled yet. Atlanta beat Dallas in the regular season. Somehow. Not sure how. This Atlanta team is kind of a ragtag bunch. Not really a highlight reel offense, as Seattle kicks field goal, makes it 41-14. But boy, Dallas, number 1 in the league in yards per game, 393. Oh, by the way, number 1 in defensive yards per game at 283. Can't do much better than that. Nobody runs more plays on offense per game, 66 for Dallas. Nobody allows fewer plays against than Dallas at 54. Long pass Mike Williams here. So we've got our work cut out for us here for the Falcons in this one, but able to do it in the regular season. I think in convincing fashion, but I think, if you're going to win convincing fashion versus the number 1 team in offense and the number 1 team in defense, you have to have a lot of rolls go your way, and I think that's probably what happened. Dallas also finished number 1 in luck ranking, recovering 56% of fumbles, which was good for 5th in the league. Which is a strong driver of luck rank. It's the most important. It's a subjective ranking. It's sort of based off of readily available stats. The other thing driving that was a sack differential, how many yards they're getting per sack versus how many yards they give up per sack. That also factors in. They finished 3rd in the league, both sides of that. So 3rd fewest yards per sack when they are sacked, and 3rd most when they sack the other guy. Interception returns were kind of weak both ways. Long pass Mooney here. He's flushed. Incomplete. .224 left. Dallas recovers its own fumble. It's not Dallas. New England recovers its own fumble. New England's another good fumble recovery team this year. 7th in the league at 55% of all fumbles recovered. Short pass Shakir on this 3rd and very long. Incomplete on the interception split. 4th and 22. And they'll go Dennis is joined.
Hey there.
Hey, Dennis, how are you?
Good. This is started off kind of tense, and then all those fourth down conversions just took the drama out of it. But some great calls there by Dale though on those picks. He must have scouted me, seeing that I throw a lot of short passes, and he was just defending against that with three double teams, and I just threw right into it like an idiot. But
Well,
but I
both of you
finally
guys have
got
been double teaming really well, both sides.
yeah, I got the touchdown to lock it though as redemption. So um, I don't know. I think Dale always is a tough coach to stop with his four wide offense, but today is one of those games where you just want to get him into third down and 5+, and then hope you can double correctly.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think the key was probably, I think you had a key double team of Nakua at one point on the fourth. I think that's right. And that,
And then he threw into the D cards and hit the interception split. I think that first pick was because I had the good D card. I think so.
and he missed one because he didn't have it as well.
Yes, I saw that too. A couple of them I hit like two in a row, and it kept landing on the three on the D card. I'm like, come on, get off that. But yeah, he did a good job there.
Overall, I mean, it was just a very interesting game. And the biggest number that sticks out, this is the team that led the league in completion percentage at 66.6%. Number one. And Prescott held to 43.8, fell behind. I mean, second half, I have the first half stats somewhere in this video, but fell behind and had to throw, deeper than he usually does. But still, 43% is a outrageously low rate. And there's a lot of correct double teams there. And that's probably what drove it as much as anything.
Yeah. I think that he did it. Like I said, I think he did a good job scouting, and he had some deficiencies on his team. Although, like you said, the run blocking, when he's running the ball, they're always going to be zero. Everybody's a 4 or 0, and he's always 4 wide, so they're all going to be 0. So every time you get those guards +7, +2, you're never going to get like a second and short if you hit one of those rolls. So.
Right. Yeah. He hung in there, but especially getting that interception, getting the touchdown to start the third quarter. Then you came back with this drive right here with that 31-yard pass that you mentioned to Lockett. Guessed wrong. Would have been incomplete, guessed right. And that sort of took the air out of what was going to be a comeback.
Well, right after that drive is he missed on one of those fourth downs, which gave me a short field, another touchdown, another miss, another short field. So, you can make a case that if he would have punted there, after that first one, he could have stopped me, got another pick, and gotten the momentum back. So,
yes. Well, two things. I would have punted myself. I would have punted before the half from midfield. He had 3 timeouts. If he gets you 3 and out, he can get a field goal himself, So, and you're going to be very unlikely to score from 90 yards with a minute 30. So that's one thing. But interesting question for you. As the first half's winding down, it went from 30 seconds to 8 seconds. You went hurry up.
I was trying to be clever because he's got a 0-0 inside linebacker on one side. I was trying to trap him in that formation, run a draw, and get, there's a lot of good juicy stuff with a 0 nose tackle and a 0 linebacker that's going to break contain. So I was trying to get clever there, and I'm gonna keep him in his 3-4, or make him use his timeout, and then I'm going to run it in for a touchdown, or not going to throw another pick. And what did he do? He called run. So he perfect counter. He called run twice there, caught me in 2 draws. And he got me in a draw. He's not going to call run again. Well, he did just that. So very nice play calling. But again, I just think he didn't have the horses to get it done in this matchup. But he certainly has the coaching chops to do so.
Yeah, I mean, that was nicely done. And I at that point, I was like, well, it must have been must-run avoidance, those run calls. Those are pretty stubborn, gutsy run calls. And, looking at it, you're 26% of your runs are guessed right, which is 19th in the league. And you got to wonder if you're seeing so much run. I mean, Connor's good, and you run a lot. Oh, by the way, but
Yeah,
you add a bonus of avoiding must runs if you're the D.
yeah, yeah. I like this team. I like the offense. I like the mix of Wilson short pass. He's good flat too, and the receivers that I have. And then Connor just like sets it all off. It's like a perfect running back. He can catch the ball a little bit and does a good job running it. And the offensive line is not great. It's got a 5 center, which I like, and that's why you see me run the line block so much. But I got to break my tendencies. That was another play. He had a key on my 4th and 1 that if it would have gone by my normal tendencies, I would have ran it up the middle. But I threw a flat pass or a looking pass. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
and got 0
I think I was muted for that one, but I was like, well, when Dennis throws here, he throws looking 100% of the time. So and you set it up with Russell Wilson sneaks and like he's going looking here, and because you set it up with Wilson, and lo and behold, that's what you did.
Well, I didn't expect it to be empty, but I figured it would be like he would bring the 6 down with the free safety and try to key me like that, so there'd be the 0-0 in there. So
yeah,
but yeah, he brought
one of the big play I thought was the dump off to Granson for 30. No, not dump off. It was a flat pass, no zone, flat pass on I think a 3rd and medium.
10. No, it was 3rd and 10, and he had been doing the triple double defense. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just throw it to where he's not going to be. And who is he going to double with? He's going to double lock it. He's going to use that outside linebacker to double lock it. He'll double one of the two on the other side, Dell or Slayton, and then the free safety will double Connor or Slayton. Yeah. So there'd be 2 guys over there, or if he doesn't doesn't move that other linebacker, he would have used him to double Connor. So anyway, it worked out great. That was a huge momentum swing too, because I think at that time he's down 3. So like this game could have come out much different if he just would have gotten another break or 2. But fair play to him to take all those 0s and 4s and get him deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we have no idea who your opponent is next.
You said you play in Dallas, right?
I'm playing Dallas. So that's a tough draw. Handled them in the regular season, but you probably heard me. I got pretty lucky in that one. So facing the number 1 offense, number 1 defense in the league. We'll see how it goes.
Is that Jason?
Yeah, I think that's Jason.
Yeah, I got lucky against him too with a last minute win, and I went for 2 to win it. So yeah, he definitely could have higher.
Lamar Jackson and Saquon as your duo, which is going to be dynamite next year. But good enough this year to be number 1 offense in the league. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. It kind of works. I mean, the matchups are not bad. It's just the individual matchups and tendencies are kind of a good thing. But for Atlanta, Atlanta's we're a very ho-hum team. It's Geno Smith and Joe Mixon, not quite Lamar Jackson and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. So you have the home field advantage over him. Do you have the good pass D cards?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that helps.
So that'll help for sure.
Yep, that'll help. Yep. There's many pathways to win for Atlanta. Maybe a few more for Dallas. So we'll see where it falls out. It should be a good one. But yeah, and we know you're not playing Vegas to the number 2 seed, but I think it's possible you could play anybody else. I think Giants are still in it, Green Bay's still in it, Houston's still in it, Dallas, Atlanta. So
well, I can't play 2 or 3. You're 3, right?
2 or 3, right. 2 or 3. Yeah. So I'm 3. No. Houston's 3. Houston's 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I guess so. Well, I should be a good game. Thanks for
Anything
calling
else to add?
That's it. Thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate your production on your broadcast, and you've become the preeminent broadcaster in Stratomatic right now. That's my story. I'm sticking with it.
Appreciate that very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you soon.
We will see you hopefully on another broadcast soon. Hopefully we can get broadcast for as many of these playoff games as we can. Until then, everybody, have a good night.